Okay, here is what we need to cook this ridiculous steak. First, this is a 4-inch thick bone-in ribeye. I use spices from spicejungle.com. I think they are fantastic. This is Canadian steak seasoning. It's like a Montreal type seasoning. It has less salt and way more goodies in it than the grocery store brand. And then this is coarse ground white pepper. A lot of times you can't find pepper in a coarse ground white. It's more of just a powder. I've already transferred those two into these two containers. I'm going to put a little bit of avocado oil on here. I'm going to do the pepper first because that can be a little bit much and I want to see how much I'm putting on. Then I'll take the Montreal seasoning. All right, there we go. And then this sucker is just gonna rest. Let me show you what I do with that. Please watch my other video on the Meater thermometer set right here. Take the thermometer number 1 and push it in the middle of the steak. So right there, and we'll just shove it all the way in. And right about there is good. Right here, there's like a little indentation, and it has to be into the meat beyond that. So this Meater set has to sit somewhere in proximity with the grill because if you know, watch my other video on this. Basically, the probe communicates with the box, and then the box communicates with Wi-Fi, or the block. I guess I should call it the block. Anyway, the block communicates with the Wi-Fi, so it's great because you can literally go anywhere, but this sucker has to be somewhere within, I would say, probably Bluetooth range of the grill. The products I use, Woolly Wood as little lighter briquettes, and Fogo charcoal. I think it is the best. It has the least amount of water in it. I think it's fantastic. And then there's a bunch of these on the market. Watch my video. I'll make a link. I tested 3 different of the most popular brands. I stick with Woolly Wood just because I like the guys that created it. That's really the main reason. And then, you know, I am generally very brand loyal. However, Kamado Joe just seems to be making cooler stuff than Big Green Egg. The Big Green Egg components are complicated and extremely expensive, and I just really don't like the way they set up. So if you watch my other video on my reverse sear setup, you'll see all of this stuff in here basically is Kamado Joe parts. But I just wanted to show you that before we get grilling. Okay, so Kamado Joe gives you a pretty cool little tong thing that you can take this out if it's hot, which it's not, but kind of helps anyway. We're gonna put 2 of these down in there. I like to put one here. Now I can reach these from inside the grill to light them, which makes it super convenient. I can stick the lighter just right up in there, and so I don't have to worry about access. You know what I mean? Once it's loaded with coal. And I'll just hand stack just a couple more smaller pieces. Got plenty of little flake in there, so it's going to light up quick and hot. All right, super easy. We've got smoke, and now we're just gonna let it heat up for about a half an hour. One other thing I forgot to mention: when you're heating up your grill, take this out. You don't want this to be hot. You really want to put the meat on it cool and set it in cool, so that you don't get any unnecessary cooking or unintentional cooking when you're doing this process. So we've got our steak. We've got our Meater probe, inserted. We've got our meter block within range of the egg over there. And I'm going to go ahead and fire up the app. And we're going to pick number 1. And we're going to go with beef, ribeye, 130, and start cook. So we're going to take the steak, make sure everything is good. It's estimating cook time, which is exactly what it should be doing. Let's go ahead and take the steak right over. And our grill is at about 450, which is right where I want it. And we're going to go ahead and put the cool back grate in. Oh, yeah, it's hot. And then we're going to take our steak, which I can barely fit the tongs around, and we're going to put it right back here. Right centered, right over there on that cool grate. If you notice, it didn't even sizzle when I put it on. And we'll go ahead and close up. And from here on, we will just watch the app. All right, so you can see the app starts to respond right away. We've got 44 degrees in the meat, so that's far from room temperature. You can see the ambient temperature is climbing. My target temperature is 130, and it will just continue to say estimating cook time until it gets some kind of signal to tell it how long it's going to take. I don't know how it figures that out. Anyway, there's really nothing to do other than wait. I know that this is going to take at least 25 to 30 minutes. I'm literally on the other side of my house, and I have not lost signal. It's working perfectly. I put it in my pocket. The range is fantastic. All right, we're going in the right direction now. 332, 333. Hit a sweet spot here. We got 23 minutes left. 89 degrees internal. 130 is our target still. 346. It keeps kind of moving around between 346 and 350. It was as high as 350. So I think maybe when the wind blows, it could make a little bit of a difference. But the grill is sitting right here at 400, just over 400. So I'm happy with 350. I think I might take the lid off just to heat it up a little bit more. But after it kind of rounds off, I guess, the ambient temperature, it'll give you the time left. Okay, so you get a warning here, remove from heat, and meanwhile it's only at 122 degrees, and that's because the thing knows that it's going to continue cooking when you take it off. Now, because I set it at 130, and the, okay, I hear you, and the ambient temperature is now all the way down to 287 because I've just let the coals kind of run out. I know that I'm not going to ruin it, but they really do want you to take it off. See how it continues to heat up? 123. So pretty much if you set it for super rare, you can start cooking your vegetables like nowish, which is exactly what I'm going to do. So let me set this up. And I'm just going to open the lid. You can see, sucker looks beautiful. Get my veggies on. It's right here in the center, so I'm just going to take this and set it right there. Get a nice sear on that bottom. It smells so good. And take a look at these seasonings. My goodness, that looks good. You know, probably the sear part is, yeah, get some lines on there. I think I'll reverse that and do the 2/3 filled with charcoal next time, because I really did have a hard time keeping heat in this, this size. So getting a nice sear on there. Go ahead and pull the probe out. There we go. Just set that aside. Let it cool. This is pretty much ready to come off, so I'm going to bring it inside and slice it up, but just wanted to see what it looks like coming off the grill. Nice color there. Some grill lines. Grill lines are a little bit more predominant on the other side, but I think I'm pretty happy with the way this has turned out. Look at this thing. It's just ridiculous. Thank God.
Looks good.
Oh my goodness. Look at that.
Smells really good. Mm.
I'm really happy with the way this turned out. I would only make a couple tweaks. I think I would cook hotter, so I would spin that kick ash basket around and put in more coals. If I had it around 450, I think it would cook quicker. I would also set the warning down to 128 degrees. Even though this is cooked perfectly for my wife, I do like it a little bit more rare. So I'd make those changes. And having that probe is just fantastic. You don't have to worry about ruining the meat, and you also have that warning, which is the perfect time to put your vegetables on or whatever else you're cooking. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it inspires you to cook something. And as always, thanks for watching. Please subscribe.